Good morning. I have the day off, and so I thought I'd continue on the stuff that I was working on this weekend, which was a lot of things that you don't normally see. I guess a lot of people are always having a lot of fun with React and whatever else, all the front end stuff. I don't do a lot of front end stuff anymore. Actually, it's been a couple years since I was really deep into it. Since then, I've actually been doing a lot of command line tools and developer productivity stuff. So that is kind of what I'm focusing on right now. I've been wanting something similar to some tools that I've written at work, which is a command line utility to be able to actually write large command line applications for developers to use. I keep finding myself wanting it for things like my various mono repos that I have, like the build tracker repo is one of them. Oh, and as soon as I start talking, Milo's coming. Hey, buddy, come here. Come here, buddy. Come on. Okay. Here we go. Milo's going to join us for a minute. I keep wanting it for mono repos and stuff where I need to do a lot of common tasks, and they end up being too hard to include in like yarn scripts or npm package JSON scripts because they need to do a few extra things, and I need better logging, reporting, all that kind of good stuff with them. So, bye, Milo. So that's what I'm working on, and yesterday I finished up some of the basic stuff, writing a bunch of tests for our main endpoint and parsing the arguments and running our command handlers, but we don't have any sort of logging included in it. So I've actually started that up on this left-hand side here, and if you're around, say hi in the chat. Otherwise I don't know who's there. But logging is good. I stubbed this in, very, very basic. So some of my requirements for the logger, maybe I should make this a little bit bigger, are that when you have a command line utility, especially one that does a lot of tasks, and performance is concerned, we often run things in parallel instead of just synchronously, and I want to be able to capture logs from one spawn task to and hold that if another task is currently running, or prevent logs from overlapping, because we don't want to see too many things at once. So I've subbed in a base logger and then a child logger here, which so I did look at a couple different, let me pull this up. Yarn, is it pkg.com? I did look at a couple things that are available. I think one was like BS logger, and what a small cam here. Where are they? Log level. I think there was a console log was the other one I kind of looked at. I didn't look at fancy log. But I looked at a few of these, and they kind of do what I want, but not really, and a lot of times way too much. I don't have any requirement to log things to files. For a command line utility, that is pretty unnecessary, because most of the time we're going to be if you need to do something different with your logs, you end up piping it or directly streaming it to a file, instead of having that written into code. So I am going to not do that, not include anything that's going to be doing that. this one seems like it's much more intended to be writing to files typically. Defaults. Using so typically wants file targets. It has a root logger and a child logger, which is nice. It allows you to wrap functions. I don't see the need to be doing that at any point, so I'm going to not. The biggest thing here though is that there isn't any way to like buffer a log and hold it for another time. So here's another one, log level. I think this one's more intended for like console logging in the browser. Sorry. Consola is kind of nice. Where's their? There we go. They've got some nice output here. Very simple, and then it throws an error. I like that. I think maybe like Lint Staged uses this, which is kind of nice. But again, it doesn't have, from what I can tell, we gotta pause and resume. But it seems like it pauses all logs. And it doesn't look like there's a child in it at all either. A base and child. No, it doesn't. We can create a logger. This maybe would work, but for the case of what we're doing, I'd kind of just rather write it myself. But we might be able to reference, this is not something we want, might be able to reference console a little bit if we get stuck on anything. So I'll keep that handy over here. We'll close all the others. If anybody knows of another logger, let me know. I don't have a ton of experience with different loggers, so we'll hold on that. Let me see. I was having issues with. That's not gonna be good. Weird. Well, let's just hope things work sooner or later. What am I doing? Okay, so stubbing in a logger here. I should actually be doing better test-driven development while I'm doing this. So I'm going to add a logger test. Let's flip these around. Where'd it go? Come here. Don't need these. Okay, so flow import logger from okay. So in order to do testing, I'm either going to want to spy on process standard output and standard error, or which is kind of a bad idea because we might kind of screw up test logging itself. So I'm going to do some dependency injection here instead, and that's going to be the form of, you know, let's change the signature here. Let's do verbosity. And type options. Logger options. And let's see, we've got verbosity. It's going to be a number. And why don't we default that to 0? Standard out, then we can default to process cd out. And standard error, we can default to process as standard error. This is out. It's going to be, I believe this is a stream. And standard error is a stream as well. Oop, wrong thing. What is it? Now I need to look that up. In my cheat sheet. Streams. Oh, writable stream is what we want here. Okay, and then that is complaining. Stream writable is oh, funny. Thanks. Writable. Okay. All right, so we've got those set. So that'll allow us to do some testing here. So I'm going to do a let. I'm going to set up some mocks for those. Let's see, and I need that to have I could make this a writable stream instead of a mock here. Let me find the docs for node streams. Docs. I want 12. And let's find a stream. Stream comes from stream. And then how do I make a new stream? Oh, create write stream. Milo, what's up, buddy? I'm getting headbutt by my cat. Let's see. The problem is I don't actually want to write a stream. Ooh, can I write it to a buffer? I can. Okay. Let's see. Import. So fs create write stream. Oh, and how do I do buffers? Let's do buffer. Let's just allocate a big buffer. And by big, I mean not that big. Okay, why is this still complaining? Center of career ice stream bounty path because buffer is incompatible with string. But this tells me that I can do that. Ah, come on. Node. Where's FS? Oh, that's annoying. This is outdated, or maybe just not complete. So I'm going to override that. this definitely allows you to write to a buffer. Let's see. And then we'll do the same thing for centered error. Flow. Wow, I can't type. Flow, fix me. Okay, let's see. Let's test this out then. So we're just gonna call this test for now, and then we're gonna say logger is for the new logger. So I've already got something simple here for, you know, that's not always what I want. Let's just, for now, change this to string. Make it simple. Logger.error some text. And then say expect. We're going to expect the cd out buffer to string to equal some text. What's this complaining about? Right. And you know what? This is standard error. Oh, you need to add verbosity. Okay. Run the tests. Oh no. Oh darn. Okay, let's see. I guess we are gonna have to mock a bunch here. So it is invalid to send a buffer. Huh. Let's look that up. Does anybody know Node.js write stream to buffer in memory? I don't want to write to a file though, please. I guess I could write my own stream writable mock. Let me see if there's a stream mock. There is a mock stream. We're probably gonna want that. Of course, there's no information about how to use it. Might just write it wrong. Yeah, we can just write our own here. This is pretty simple. As I was looking on here, it's the same idea. We can just override the write method on the class and then get our own. So mock writable extends. I think that's from stream. Oh yeah, it's import. And what are the arguments that we have? Chunk encoding callback. Where's write stream? Define write stream. Stream writable. Here we go. Okay. No, wrong one. Right. And we're going to just do and let's do a to string. If chunk instance of buffer churn. Make that a ternary. Join. Okay, and then we can do this. Standard out is new writable. Strings compatible with writable stream options. Options, read stream options. Can I just do nothing? Oh, could I overwrite this right here? By overwriting the write method? This might be easier though, because I need to get it off of the class itself. Let's go with this for now. Is new. Oh. Just double checking if I could be using the writable directly. Can I get any of the chunks off? It doesn't look like it. So let's start with that, and oops. Let's find out now. Not quite. Empty string. Let's see. Not even getting there. Let's try this quick. Oh, of course, because I'm not actually assigning anywhere. So here we've got stream writable, and we need to assign these here. This standard out, this standard out, this standard error. Oh, right, cool. Oh, sorry, Milo. What are you doing down there? Oh, it's the toy again. You want it? You want it? Great. Okay, cool. So now we've got our dependency injection, and let's see. I lost my other browser window. Sorry, just pulling up some random stuff. Sometimes I gotta make sure the stream's still working. Okay. Let's see. All right, so we know it writes to standard error. Let's also do writes. So I actually, I'm thinking about almost always writing to the standard error output as a way to keep the regular logs clean. It's something that actually just does this. You can see it up in the this window. Just writes all of its output to standard error. Not exactly sure why. You might also pass a flag sometimes to write standard output to standard error. That way, one of the useful bits that I've had in the past is being able to include logs, but to standard output only write some information that you would actually be useful. So like if you have a task that you want to have return JSON, but it's running some other things at the same time and you want to be able to log those with more verbosity, you can write those logs to standard error, but you only write the JSON that you want to output to the standard output. That way you can actually pick them apart and do something specific with each one. So I'm actually thinking about only writing the logs to standard error. I think for now, let's do that. It should be fairly easy to change if we want that in the future. So in what cases would we write to standard out? I think we'll have a log method as well that does this dot write standard out right here. Hey, Milo. Milo, why don't you come join us? No, you're too busy playing? Okay, here, I'll throw it for you. There we go. He's just going to keep doing that, so I'm just going to keep playing with the cat. Let's see. Okay. Writes errors. So I'm going to duplicate this test here for a few cases. So error, warning, info, and debug. Okay, and let's see. Warn, info debug. So those are all going to fail, as we expect. So what I'm going to do is this. Copy these over. We're going to have to do something extra here. So you can see I stubbed in a couple comments. So this is for verbosity 0, this is for verbosity 1, this is for verbosity 2, and this is for 3. So, okay, that's succeeding. So let's actually implement that verbosity check here. So once again, I'm going to need to save our verbosity number. This should be optional to add in. Okay, and then all right, so we've got our verbosity, and then yeah, let's do this. So if so we can do a simple, actually let me make sure this is here. So does not write warnings to the we'll make sure it doesn't write anywhere. We'll change this to 1. Okay, let's see. So let me redo both of these. So info is 2. We'll put it on 1. 2 info. 2 info. Does not write debug less than 3, greater than or equal to 3. Let's make that 2. Okay, that should fail until we write these in here. Debug. Ooh, what is happening here? Oh, that's warn, debug, and debug. Should probably just add these in here to assert that we're not writing a standard output as well. Okay, and then we're going to say test writes log to standard out. And so we don't need to check those. Logger log error is empty. Standard out has our text. Okay, nice and simple. We'll do oh, I keep wanting to do this. Okay, that's enough. Thank you. Now, what are we doing? The next thing we need to do is, so we've got a base logger. I think the base logger, what's awesome, Mark? The clapping or this? Aww. I have a little fun with the soundboard here. So the next, yeah, both are awesome. So the next thing that I want to do is, or what are we deciding? So the question is whether or not only the child loggers will be buffered to prevent overlap. So if we're running multiple child loggers at the same time, or if all loggers, that being even the base logger, prevents overlap. So it's a little difficult to understand. So I've actually stubbed in for the child logger. Oh, you know what? We're going to need to redo this here. This is not going to work. Oh, buffer. We'll call this buffer. Standard error buffer. It's not a true buffer. It's just an array. Buffers are actually essentially arrays in memory. Then let me switch to standard error buffer. So in this case, I've got this like is active check here. And again, this is just stubbed in. I don't have any way of configuring these yet. And then we're going to want to have methods for flushing standard out. And that would be super. Something like this. And then flush standard error. Same thing. Error buffer join. Kind of like this. So at the moment, I've restricted these to being able to log strings. What's up, Milo? I'm getting headbutt again. Buddy, you gotta do some independent play. Leave us alone. Don't have a great idea of what to do here yet. So again, the problem is, let's take a hypothetical example. So I'm gonna run up one of these commands and we'll just use this one. So let's say we've got this command here and we've got logger dot some warning, blah 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 blah. But then we say we end up with like spawning two children, essentially other binaries that we're going to call. So let's say we're going to run flow and spawn lint at the same time, and these are both asynchronous things. So it's actually like promise all. So say we're doing something like this, and we want to capture logs from both of these. So this spawn method is spawn sub process. We'll just call it that, so it's a little bit more clear. So inside spawn sub process, eventually this is a function that I assume I'll write at some point. Command string. So at some point this is going to say logger create child. Child logger, and then I'm going to say child logger, or rather not, when we will call spawn, and we will then pipe the standard proc standard out, pipe that to child logger log, something like this. And proc standard error pipe like this. And the problem is now if we have two of these running at the same time and flow and lint keep writing their logs, what we're going to end up having is both of them kind of running at the same time. So you'll see like ESLint checking and then it's going to like start logging some error here, but then maybe flow checking and then some error, but then I don't know which error this is for. Is this a flow error? Because we might have another one, another one. Which one is which? Some tools like Lerna solve this by prefixing. So each one of these would be like flow. But then this might be ESLint. And maybe this again is flow. So you can end up with things like this. This gets really difficult to read, especially when you get lots of them intermixed and they look pretty similar. So this is the problem that I'm trying to avoid. What I'd rather have is whichever one starts responding first to buffer it like this. So if ESLint starts responding first, it would go here. If flow starts responding first, it would go like this, even though the timestamps would be different. So what I would actually want to do is like include a timestamp here, 2020, what is today? I have no idea, 19th, at 09:43:21, something like this. Because then you might actually see timestamps look really similar, but because this would be a few seconds later, it would be like that, even though this might be after ESLint ran. So this could be like 59 and then we'll call this 44:02:01, like that. So could actually end up with something like a little bit more like this, where you can actually see they are timestamp overlapping, but I do want to write the timestamps in there. That's something I haven't done before. I think it would be really, really helpful. Find different ways to do that. So we want to be able to buffer them, and I think it should be fine then to let the base logger run whatever it wants, maybe. The problem is if I have the base logger like that and then I say const child logger, or just child is equal logger, create child like this, and then I do something like child.info something, but then I do logger.info other thing, and then I go back to child.info something. Is that okay? You know what sound I need is like the Jeopardy. Is it Jeopardy? Yeah, the Jeopardy wait sound when you're trying to come up with a final answer. Can we find that? freesound.org. Oops, can't type. Thinking music. I don't know if y'all will be able to hear it. Wow, that sounds really bad. Ooh, this one's good. No, that was the one I just listened to. Well, that one's bad. This sound may be inappropriate. Suspense animation. It's not scary. I don't think any of you can hear this. think that first thinking music was the best one. Oh, it's kind of weird. I'm not logged in. Oh no, everything just crashed on me. This is the first time that's happened in a really long time, and it makes me sad. I hope you all are there. Okay, it says I'm back online, I think. Let me double check here. I need to keep that window open, I think. Ooh, boy, that's rough. Twitch is still maybe having problems. Ah, no. Seems like we're working. Okay. Weird. All right. Well, hello. And welcome back. Here's my thinking music. Let me download this quick. It's not very loud. I'll find a better one later. Sorry for the inconvenience here. Okay, hopefully everybody made it back. Okay, I am... Where was I? We're going to stop looking for thinking music because that crashed everything on us. And head back into what we're doing. Okay, so I was trying to figure out exactly what I want or how I want this to happen. I think it's okay to do this. I may have the child logger include an optional prefix. Maybe it'll be like yeah, how about call this prefix, and it's going to return new child logger with okay, so first off, we've got a create a child, and I'm going to need to hold these in some sort of memory here as well. So we'll call this children. Have an array. Do I want an array? For now, an array. Child logger. Add that there. Actually, and then this children push child return child. Okay, so we get a child logger then, and let me. Be created from a base logger. We'll do the same thing here. And then what we're going to do is say logger, logger create child. We're going to need to send it a prefix, so we'll just say prefix. And then let's say expect child. Standard out. We'll just say all these things are the same, so let's do don't think verbosity really needs to be... you know what? I'll probably do a getter for verbosity. Standard out and standard error. Start with this. So the issue is then when anytime we write to standard out or standard error, where we're going to want to do a prefix on it. Maybe. Do I want to do the prefix? So I guess it could be done as a prefix, or we could do a, well, this goes back to the question of whether or not this is allowed or not, or you have to finish all children before you can use the base logger again. There was another thing I saw recently. I think it was the GitHub. Oh, where was it? GitHub, like OctoKit or something? GitHub OctoKit. I think their libraries had... This is not what I'm looking for. Official clients for the GitHub API. There was a... Was it this? Where you could do logging with like a wrap function where you would kind of execute a function like this. So you'd say logger.wrap something, and anything you execute in here would be wrapped in this. I believe that's how it worked. Which I don't love, or could do wrap sync, and you could have an async version of it. Oh wait, wrap. And this would be async function. That might be okay. It's a little different, to read, but having this wrap would assume everything in here is part of a child. And then, I don't know. Anyone have any feelings about that, one way or the other? I do like the idea of being able to create multiple chats at a time. Let's see. So then this would be our prefix. This would be our prefix. The benefit of this way is it's a bit more of a flat structure. We can avoid some of this callback stuff. So one of the other things that we want to think about is that you could have multiple children deep in something. So technically speaking, because child logger extends logger, I could have the child logger have multiple child loggers. Create child, sub child. And then how would that look? We would actually end up, if we're doing that, we would actually end up with like ESLint sub child. which is okay. I don't know in what instances you would want both. Really wish I had that thinking music right now. But for now I can do this. I am stumped on what to do, which way to write this. Oh, you know what? And I forgot that I'm still on this. That one. Does anyone over in Twitchland have any preferences here? I'm open to anything. Not a thing. Farfig Newton. Because I do want to avoid something like this. Logger. Yeah. Idea, I'm with you, because as I keep thinking about it, like sub, child, we end up, this basically goes back to like what we used to call callback hell, because you could do so many of these deep, and then, you know, we're ending up with like this kind of weird structure, and it's super annoying looking. And yeah, visual, it's mostly just a visual preference. Like this is convenient, because in this case then you'd end up with like a logger that's in here, and you just keep using logger, but then it's confusing to me what logger you're using. Is it this one? Is it this one? Is it this one? Is it the base one? So let's throw that out the window. Thanks for your input, idea 15. Where did it go? So we'll just keep with this. I don't know about having multiple children. So for at the moment, I'm going to disable that. I guess it has to have the same signature, but it's just going to throw an error. So for now it's that. We'll just write a test for that. We'll put a note just for simplicity, just to avoid any confusion. And we'll say expect. To throw. Let's see. So now we want to determine what's active and what's not, and we need a way to tell a logger that it's done as well, it looks like, or at least a child logger, in order to let the base logger as well know that it can move on to the next one. So what we want to do is have like an end method here. I guess not on the base logger, it'll be on the child logger. So we'll have end. On end, and I think we're going to need a circular reference here, actually. Because we're going to need the child logger then to tell the parent that it has completed, which that's okay. So the child logger could take the this, or I guess we could send it a method on end. Let's do. So we're gonna need to make this a bound method here to keep our scope intact. And I'm gonna say, so from this point we can loop through the children. So we'll say on end child logger, and then we'll say children find index. Is there a simpler way to remove from an array? I guess not. Probably splice. Oh, we could do filter, and well, filter creates a new array. I don't want to create a new array at this point. I do want to modify it. So I guess we will do find index of child. Children splice, and we want to, is it splice or slice? Yeah, splice. Child index 1, remove 1 item. Is it splice? No. Yeah, if I don't, replaces. Delete count 1. That's what I want. Okay, done. Estimating it'll remove elements from the array. Got it. Okay, perfect. So child logger, then we're gonna have to overload the constructor, and we'll just say. Child logger options is equal to logger options and parent is a log. Oh wait. This will be the logger is a child logger. Void. Comma. Logger options, and then this is super. Then we have on end is logger, child logger. So much verbosity here. Okay, and then on end this dot on end. Pass this, and then this is active false, and we'll want to enable active from the parent then. So then that's what we're on end, and then we'll say children 0, wherever the 0th is active true, and then start flushing that. And so the problem is we need to ensure if there's anything in there as well. Okay, things are failing, and that's fine. Did I? Oh, I didn't initialize this. Empty array. What else do we have? So the downside is here. What if I call end multiple times? Well, let's write some tests for this. Oh, come on, mouse, move. I'm gonna write some tests for that stuff that I just wrote. So I'm actually gonna embed this up in here, and I can remove these items. And now and let's see. And let's see. So I want to assert that only one child logger logs at a time, so that this stuff is buffered. So let's write a test for that. Child buffers multiple running in parallel. So we'll get our logger, new logger. Actually, let's crank this verbosity up all the way. So then we have first child is equal to logger create child first child. And let's say second child. Okay, so we've got two children here. And it's yellow here because I haven't written any expectations. I want to assert that anything written does not show up until or that the first one that starts logging. Let's do this. Well, here, let me write the test here. First child dot, we'll do log. First child first log. And let's do second child first log. Okay, and now I want to say, or actually let's do this, expect center out center out to string to equal. Let's see. We're gonna make this. These should be separated by new lines. And then, we're gonna call first child end. And now I want to expect second cd out to string equal second child first log. Something like that. You know, I could make these a little bit easier to read. Let's hold off on that now. Okay, so received empty string, and that's okay, maybe. Why did it not log? Oh, because I never said it was active. So, I think we'll do a. Let's do this. Let's also have a on start. Or I guess request active is more what I'm looking for. Request activate. Because we need the parent logger, the base logger here, to tell a child whether or not it can start logging. So let's do if so I guess we could say I guess the first item in the array should always be the one that's active. Not necessarily true. That's only if yeah, that's not necessarily true. So yeah, let's see. So we want to be able to track which one of these is active. So I guess I could do a this children find or a sum. Is it sum or any? Sum. Is there an any? No. If if not any is active, then child that is active true. And then we can also call child flush and then say request activate. We'll set that here. This request activate. Okay. And now anytime we want to write, we're gonna first request to activate. And it's still not working. Let's see. What's up, Milo? What's up, buddy? Let's focus on that test alone, and I'm gonna add some logs here. So okay, so we are requesting to activate. So we do have children there. So request to activate is happening. While that's happening, that's good. Why is my standard output not happening? So let's see. Did I not? Nothing is being passed in here. So that's bad. Oh, it's writing here. First child, first log, first child, second log. Standard out should be that. Anybody know what I missed here? Milo, what? You guys can't see him, can you? Come here. Milo, we're gonna stand now. Going up. Going up. Buddy, you're in the way. Ow. Milo. Stop biting me. Anybody over on Twitch know what I did wrong here? Let's see. It says it's active and it's writing. And when I call super right center out, it's not getting value. So there's, do I have to pass the no, functional parent arguments? Milo, stop stealing stuff. Should work just fine. Wow, this is not working. Oh gosh. So I know it's writing to standard error. I should be calling this super method. Wait, so this is right center out writing. It's saying it's writing the output. Center out right. It's pushing the chunk. Center out toString. Okay, so first just do output. Just give me a little bit more info here. So it should be writing, and according to our other tests, this writes just fine. Did I just log write std out? Here's info debug. Oh, did I not ever write a test for a log right here? Oh, that's not good. This is not what it should be at all. Let's just make those always be that. Simplify that a little bit. Adding chunk empty string. Am I doing buffer to strings wrong? Oh, is it because... Adding chunk empty string. Well, that's not good. Oh, well, that's annoying. Let's just keep this as it is. Seems like this is being reset internally here. I'm gonna take a short little break and get some hot tea and think about this a little, and I'll be back probably 5-10 minutes or so. See you all in a minute. Buggy, what you doing? What you doing? Test, 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 test. Test, 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 test. Test, test, test. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I'm back. Let's see. I messed with my volume a little bit. I hope it's okay. So what am I doing wrong? I have no idea. Let's fix my lighting a little bit. Cool enough. Let's see. So it appears that something's not working. Output buffer. It's fine for the moment. You know what I'm noticing is I'm never. I need to clear this out. Dot. Okay, let me make sure. Oops. Okay, so the buffer's happening. Writing. Wait, so why is adding, why am I adding? Milo, what are you doing? This freaking cat. Why is the chunk always an empty string is my question here. Because here, let's focus on this one. Because this actually looked wrong. So it should be that twice, but it's only that once. Logger. It's only we're calling it once. Okay, well, it looks like my implementation of this mock is maybe the problem here. Where did that go? No. Oh, where's the docs? Stream. Where's the writable stream? Readable stream, writable stream. Writable stream has piping. There, write chunk, encoding, callback. just ignore these. This get confused. I don't know how to implement this with either option. Function type 2 is incompatible with. Let's do this. Oh, does that work? Cool. Okay, that's good. Now this is broken the way I want it to be. Okay, and then let's see. So let's do this. Just simplify it. We don't need to worry about that. That's nice and simple. So let's do this. Output into this. For now. Okay. Move this. Remove these prefixes for now. Okay, now that test below here should pass. Almost. First half. Oh, received too many new lines. Should be a new line right here. Close. Oh, you know what? I should actually do this. New line. Anything more than 2 new lines at the end, we'll remove for a single new line. All right, 2 or more. Yeah. Looks like it's got oh, you know what? Am I looking at the wrong test? No. Let's see. All of these should have a new line at the end of them. Okay, and then the last one. Okay, so that looks right, but why is it? Why does it have a new log at the beginning of it, or a new line at the beginning? That seems odd. So that should not be there at all. So we only add the new line. Wait, where do I add the new line? Oh, right there. Oh, does that happen if I log an empty string yet? But am I logging an empty string? Okay, so somewhere I'm ending up logging an empty string, and that seems, oh, you know what? That's if I'm flushing. Anytime we do a flush here, and if that's empty. So let's do this. If standard out buffer length. So only do that if do the same thing for our standard error. Nope. And oh, I need to do the same thing here. There we go. The repo is on GitHub, but I haven't made it public yet. I can do that soon. Slexy Slicks. I like your name. Is there any reason you're looking for it? Let's see. Well, I can give you the context right now. Actually, why don't I'll give you the context and then I will push it up at the end of the stream here. The context is that I'm making a command line app or kind of a replacement for yargs, if you're familiar with that. I went through it the other day. Yargs is kind of like a command line runner for... It's not just for parsing op strings. There's actually a separate package that they have called yargs parser that does the parsing. Yargs itself has a bunch of ways to run various commands as well. So the problem that I have with it is there are a bunch of problems, and I think I'll outline them maybe today in the README, that writing multiple commands, the advised way to do it is to do it in a single file. But when you start getting too many commands, that file grows indefinitely. And then they have an advanced usage, which allows you to push them out to multiple files, which is not documented on their site. It's documented in a markdown file somewhere deep in their repo, which is a little concerning. It sounds like maybe they're not going to use it forever. They also have closed multiple issues asking for the ability to output help docs to Markdown. And there are just a lot of things about yargs that are very, very outdated and should have been deprecated a long time ago that are not. So I'm kind of rewriting a replacement for that for more like these larger application, command line application advanced tools, and but including some things. So right now I'm including a logger, and I went through this before, but happy to do it again. The basic idea is that you want to be able to run multiple asynchronous processes from some of these commands at the same time. So this is a super basic example, but like running flow and lint, or maybe I'm trying to run like build one package and I want to build another package at the same time, but I want to do those in parallel asynchronously and wait for them. The problem here then is that I don't want to have logs kind of look like this. Let's do this. where they get intermixed because they're really, really hard to read. I want to be able to buffer them so that I'm only seeing one at a time, and maybe have the option in the future of having them be intermixed. So right now, that's what we're working on, is creating the logger with child logger. We're not doing this method. So that each one of these subprocesses would have a child logger. It would pipe its logs out, but we would buffer anything that is not an active child logger to another one. So I hope that kind of explains. Feel free to ask more questions as well. We're actually pretty close to having something workable here. Great. Glad that makes sense. Pretty close to having something workable here in terms of child loggers and buffering them. The one thing that isn't implemented, and you can actually see it here, I was relying on piping one stream to another stream. So we may have to make an internal stream. I think we can probably make an internally writable stream that isn't actually going anywhere but holds it in memory. Something we'll have to look at in another pass. So this actually works. I think I'm actually going to commit this. The downside is I actually need to convert this to string. Quick here. And let me just not save anything in that file. So that test should pass. Make sure I don't have any. Ooh, I do have some errors. Where is that? In the logger itself. Oh, here. Verbosity is missing. Oh, because I did this incorrectly here. This should be. Okay, and then some issues in the index file here. Because logger takes. Go. Logger to error. Oops. So I may want to add handling for mixed object types as well, just so that as a developer, you don't have to do this every time. Let's see if that's working. Oh, check out. Didn't actually want to save any of those. Lint errors. Nope. Maybe. Nope. Okay, so. Make sure my changes here. What I want to do is samples run and make sure that did not work correctly. Not good. Okay, syntax errors. Oh, experimental class properties isn't currently enabled. I need to enable class properties in my Babel config. Let's see. I think that's a plugin. Is that really not part of the environment or preset env? I guess not. Nope. Okay, so I gotta add this. Trouble with my network connection. Oh, darn it. Let me. Something keeps overwriting my npm registry here. There we go. Okay, and then plugins. Cool. And then that should be logging to standard error. So if I actually did this, dev null, you can see no output. Okay, perfect. Let's also check that. I think help is still logging normally. And then that is invalid. So what's that one? What command was that? Option types. Option types. This one should throw some errors. And right now everything's just very, very early, making up errors here. So get. We'll just add logger. Some issue there. Deal with that later. And then let's go ahead and make the README, and then I can I'll open up this repo public then in a minute here. So new file, README. And the name for this is really bad. If anybody has any good suggestions, right now I'm just calling it command app. Very, very basic. I am not a great project namer. Or we'll just keep it what it is. I haven't created a license for this yet either. Where's my open recent build tracker? I got a license in here that I can reuse. MIT license. It's 2020. Let's go with that. License. That should be main. Working on changing branch names git status. Let's call it chore. Okay, so let's go over to GitHub. So here that is. Where is settings? Manage access, is that it? Or is it somewhere in here? Don't look at my password. Manage, here we go. Oh. Oh, that one. All right, get public, blah, blah, blah. Here we go. Okay, so that is now available here. And let's see, what else we need to do today, at least. Could probably continue on with the logger, or I could, actually, yeah, let's continue on with the logger. I want to kind of think about the issue that I was just having where do we go? When you log, you can't log an object directly. need to stringify it first. It is kind of annoying. Most utilities, like even console log, will just take mixed and it will convert it for you. I wonder if there's a simple mix object to string. If there's like a safe, easy way to do that. So like a standard one that people use here. What is this? Test of ES6 at toString tag? 7.8 million. What is this used by? Oh, is that on NPM that it shows who uses this? Something in here must be used by everything. Probably like is regular expression or is array buffer is function. Let's see. Maybe this serializer would work. This might work for us. Let's try this out. Is there a run kit yet on here? Okay. What happens if I... Sorry, ooh, that's a little bit annoying, actually. So we'll have to filter out strings, because otherwise they'll get double quoted. But otherwise it should be fine. What happens if I do this? Undefined, huh? Wait, what? What? This is confusing. Oh, so that is undefined. Interesting. You can create a toString tag. What is toString? Well-known symbol is a string value property that is used in the creation of the default string description of an object. Oh, I see. Okay. Weird. Weird. Well, that's not what I want. Oh, that should, yeah, okay, so that does. Oh, this is doing what I wanted it to. It's right here. So this is not doing what I want it to. So there may be some things that need to be handled. I wonder if we should report a bug to them. This is Yahoo's. Whoa. Right here. Oh, and it's 4 years old. Don't know how to think about this. All symbol keyed properties will be completely ignored even when using. What about the value though? Let's find out. And then we get a replacer function r2 string. Interesting, doesn't support symbols at all. Oh, do I need to, what is the replacer function? I forgot. I think I did that wrong. Oh. What? Function. That is a weird way to write that. Here we go, function key value. Oops. Okay. Oh, crazy. That is bad. So I guess serialize is really just a mapper for, where did it go? I lost it. That's here. So I guess this is really just a replacer function for JSON stringify. Just like fine. Let's see. You don't really want to do that all the time. Because if you want you don't want this. You want the stringified version of this. So I don't think I want serialize. Where's I do want a string. Anybody know of a good stringifier? Is it called stringify? Fast JSONs, stringify object. Ooh, what's this one? Why don't we do this a simple way, actually? So let's have this be mixed. I guess this should be mixed as well. And then we're going to function stringify. If it's a good way to do is plain object these days. JavaScript is plain object without a function or without a external dependency. Yeah, that's what it's looking like. Oh, is that Robert? Robert, are you Brufa? Yeah, this is the constructor's object. And hey, Robert. Thanks for joining. Let's see. So yeah, I think that seems like the easiest way to do this. So if type of item object and item I love that this Stack Overflow uses double equals instead of triple equals. Bad advice on there. Oh, this is old too. Look at this. Originally written in 2011. Amazing. Okay, so here we're going to return stringify. In this case, we actually might want to use that fast JSON stringify if we're doing this. So stable stringify is one that, oh, without JSONify. So it's deterministic, which means it's gonna, which means it's always going to return the same result. Most JSON stringifies, the problem is that if we may want to have some replacer functions, so it's just looking at that the serializer, which does replacer functions. So where did my, let's just do it over here. Node JSON stringify. See if this does what we want it to. Foo, that's probably okay. So JSON stringify itself tends to be pretty slow. So that's why there's this fast JSON stringify. Robert, for context, if you want to jump in, I don't know if the logs still come through, but working on this command line utility, kind of rewriting yargs or reimagining yargs as a bit more opinionated and including some other things like logging, which we're working on now. And so the fast JSON stringify is supposed to be faster, and I don't remember exactly why, but we did have quite a few benchmarks. I've used it in the past, and it made a huge difference with how quickly it was. So here we go. Here's a benchmark. Increase this a bit. So fast JSON stringify, fast stable, faster stable. So they're all. Why do you not have just JSON stringify? Whoa, my speakers are freaking out. Sometimes my Bluetooth just like blips out for a minute, and all of my things connected to Bluetooth just fall off, and then we get this. And I get stuck doing absolutely nothing for a couple minutes. And let's see, I guess these are just worried about stable stringify. Fast JSON stringify, there it is. See if they have benchmarks right here. I've run into real world performance concerns with JSON stringify when it was like a super high availability, high throughput web server. And it was a real issue. It was because we were also stringifying huge objects that needed to be as fast as possible. They were like blocking the main thread for time, like considerable time, 1 to 2 seconds, which was not going to work for us. So here we're looking at like an order of magnitude faster between JSON stringify, the same object, on these two packages in some cases. Why is this? Oh, that's for an array, a string, a short string, or a large object. So this is where we actually care about. I guess short strings are different. That seems odd to me. Why one would be faster than another for just a short string. Let's go on a tangent here and find out what their benchmarks are actually showing. Do they have benchmarks still? Is it maybe in tests? Wow, we got a lot of tests. That's cool. Sweet. Where's your benchmark? Oh, there it is. Bench.js. So what's your short string? Whoa, they got a lot here. JSON. Array, long string. So hello world is your short string. Why is it an entire order of magnitude faster to stringify that? Stringify a string. You would think that JSON stringify would be incredibly optimized for that case. Where's our str? Oh, come on. Wait, what? Oh, they create a really long string here with just double quotes. That's not really realistic. That seems like a bad way to do this benchmark. It would be better if it were real, something real, like long lorem ipsum text or something. Silly. So yeah, apparently JSON stringify is not great when it comes to big objects and stuff. I guess for this case, it really doesn't matter. We're not looking at that high throughput. We're just looking at piping things as standard output or standard error. So let's not worry about it. I guess the one question I have is, do we need a replacer method? Probably not. But I don't think you can. Can you JSON stringify the window? Does it fail? Does it work at all? Let me clear. JSON stringify. Is that why you're spreading it through? No, yeah, you get a DOM exception. Or no, what? it's mad that I'm trying to access things through cross-origin frame, apparently. Let me get like a blank page here, or maybe I could do like about blank. There you go. JSON. No, still tries to get session storage and it's denied. Document works. Yeah, well, that's gonna be a lot smaller though, isn't it? I lost my because it's gonna filter out So much stuff. Oh man, now I want to go down this path of can I remove? Let's see if we remove session storage. The var w is equal to oh, I want to do this. Oh gosh, what am I doing? Session storage. Oh, it doesn't even let me read session storage. I can't pull it off. Yeah, thanks, Robert. Just give me something to do for the rest of the day. I don't want to deal with this. Just no, we're done. Stop doing that to me. We'd have to write like a utility method to grab every like an allow listed keys and then do it, or maybe get a replacer. No, the problem is as soon as you try to even look at session storage, you get an error. In this case, I wonder if I could just write an empty index file to do that. I don't know. No, we're not doing this, Robert. You're cut. We're not doing it. Ooh, hit wrong buttons. Let's see. So I guess the question is, do I want to pretty format this or not? For now, I guess sure. Why not? Does Flow really not let me? Missing it not. Oh. And item no. Okay, so if let's do this here actually. If we could probably throw that into there. Problem is I don't want to end up with double quoted stuff. That does not. There, we'll just do that. That way null falls into that as well. So if type of item string, just return item. Let's see, what are we missing? What else is a mixed number? See, item instance of symbol. Let's try this. What can't we do that? Oh, booleans. Oh man, this is gonna be fun. Let's see. Why don't I do that? What am I missing from mixed items here? We got string, number, boolean, null, undefined will end up here. This is kind of a catch-all then. I guess we could just drop this completely. Should be okay. So arrays and objects, plain objects get dropped down. What happens if I... Yes, that is what I want. Right? Yes. Okay. Probably fine. So stringify things. Okay, back over. Stringify output. Stringify output. Okay, let me fire up those tests again. Yep. We should probably write a test for that. Let's see. Oh, I'm in an options test. I don't want options test. Two ISO string would be better. What does that give us again? I guess it's a matter of opinion. What's a better one? I guess two ISO string is a little bit easier to parse by a machine. Yeah, I think you're right, Robert. Let's yeah, more portable. It's nicer that way. So let's go if I am instance of date turn item to ISO string. All right, we need to write some tests. Why do you keep writing your own JSON stringify variants? Why isn't there just one that you use? Describe string. So actually the problem here then is we probably need our own replacer on this. If we're going to standardize on an ISO string here, we would expect that same output to end up in the JSON, would we not? So in that case, maybe we would want to go back to that serializer and just use something out of the box. My extreme dislike, oh, I guess it's not, in this case it's not bad. So Robert, if you missed joining, I was looking at this a little bit ago, and it does do a pretty good job. The downside is JSON stringify apparently does not accept symbols as keys or values in anything. So it just returns undefined, which is really, really dumb. There's an issue filed way over here in symbols. Essentially, this just ends up with nothing, and apparently it's just what JSON stringify does. As soon as you receive a symbol, even in a replacer method, oh, here it is. In the replacer method, it's just dumb. Dumb. Undefined function symbols are not valid JSON values, such they are counted. Change to, oh, they're changed to null. Oh, when found in an array, can only return undefined when passing pure. Like, what? No, that's dumb. Really, really dumb. Oh, JavaScript, you're wonderful. Oh, JSON stringify does do to ISO string already, so that should be okay. Oh, stupid caveats on everything. That's fine. Okay, so I guess we don't have to worry about that. Dates become two ISO strings. So let's do this again. Logger.log. We can do this at 0. New. So I'm gonna mock date.now here. Just spy on. Let's use right now. And say new. So we get new date now, or I don't even have to do that. I can just pass this straight in here. Log that, and then expect my standard out to string to equal except this is gonna, yeah, that's fine. Cool. So there's a first one, dates become that. Just strings are left as strings. Just, you know, our normal check. See ya, Brufa. Oh, lunchathon. I'm gonna maybe try and end the stream and join that. The local meetup group is having a little light meetup lunch thingy at noon. Maybe I'll come back on later in the day as well to hang out and keep working on this. Let's see. Change this to hello. Okay, so we got strings. Array, date, and then we'll say arrays are JSON stringified. Log array to true. What else should we put in there? Let's just go with that. Expect let's just make that update itself. Be a little bit easier. Okay, and then let's do the same thing for objects. Update. Okay, that looks fine. And let's see. Others are become strings. And let's see. Let me just log a bunch of stuff in here. Oops. Logger, log. Let's see. Let's do a symbol. What else should we throw in here? Function. Should probably have something that implements toString. Let's do perfect. Okay, update that and we're good. Let's see. That looks good for now, I think. Let's go ahead and commit that. Make sure test for passing. Oh, I should go back in here where I did JSON stringify. Excuse me. I should probably look at my test coverage. So I haven't done that. We got logger almost there. Oh, we don't do any cases where we use the default output. So why don't I do that in here? I should probably be explicit on some of these. Let's just do oh, that should actually go higher up, way up the top. And then it looks like we didn't do any standard error logging in our children. There we go. So I want to do some of that quick down here too. See this one, error. Oh, that one. One. Ooh, it's failing a little bit there. Let's see. Let's put that back in our watch. Oops. What are we failing? Second child, first one. Oh, you know what? We're only flushing standard out, aren't we? That's why. Standard for as well. Oh, these should be mixed. Buffers can be mixed. Why is it still failing? Oh, nope. Request active. Flush is standard error. Is my verbosity not good? Nope, that's good. Standard error. Let's focus on this. Let's see. So right standard error, flush standard error. Oh, that's not good. We need to change this. Oh, you know what I'll do is I'll do a loop here for let's do it that way. That should be a little simpler. And we should do the same thing on standard out. Oh, this should be shift, not unshift. Unshift at, shoot. MDN array unshift. If you don't use MDN, oh, unshift inserts and shift removes. So yes. Pop removes from the end of an array, shift removes from the beginning of the array. Oh, and this needs to go away. Okay, still wrong, but flush. Wait, what's going on here? Why is this? That's probably why. We're removing from the buffer every time. Okay, there we go. This is second child, firstborn. This should be first. There we go. Unfocus, move this. Okay, let me get the coverage back up. go. Okay, why is that not covered yet? If path not taken. Oh, I should do. Oh, why don't I do this? There we go. Basically a big old huge test. Right, first, oh, I need to include that. You know what I should do actually, to make this test a little simpler. Empty the chunks then. Every time I do toString, let's see which ones fail now. That will just make our test output a little simpler. Oh, don't leave that last one there. So the first child ends up going away here. And we just get that. There we go. Okay. Cool. Okay. I am going to finish up for now and grab a little lunch to hang out with the band JavaScript folks for lunch. Get status. What did we actually do here? Oh, it was a JSON stringifying. Let's just call stringify. Okay, push up. I'm gonna head out. Maybe try to be back on a little bit later this afternoon. I'll probably take a break for a while. But this has been fun so far. Thank you everybody for engaging. Let me know if you have questions. Check out the command app progress on GitHub and see y'all soon.